Hey guys, how you doing? And I want to go live with you guys and share a little information which I know would have been helpful to me in the beginning. And that information is really the steps you need to start a really successful online business. So I want to share this with you. And I think the biggest problem I've seen with people is that they really do want to start an online business. I mean, my gosh, they really want that. But the problem is they don't have a clue where to start. I mean, it's confusing as crap. I mean, do you go out and do you buy inventory? Do you put stuff on eBay? Do you put stuff on Amazon? What do you do? I mean, where do you start with all this? And it's gotten increasingly more complicated because there's so many different softwares now, and there's sequences and funnels, and last night I made several $1,000s. How did I do that? Let me tell you how I did that. I went to bed and I woke up and it was there. Wow. That's pretty cool stuff. But obviously there was some work that got put into that prior to doing that. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys some of the steps that you're going to need to take if you really do want to sell stuff online successfully. There's two ways of really learning, okay? Now, the first way of learning is what I did. It was kind of like trial and error, and I would try stuff and see if this worked, and then that didn't work, so I would try something else, and then that didn't work, so I tried something else. And I will tell you, that is very costly, okay? When you're trying stuff and you're buying inventory that doesn't sell, and you're doing all these things and doing ads that don't bring any customers in, I'm telling you, it is very, very costly. And that's kind of how I went about it. And I don't think that's the way to do it. There's a lot of ways of learning. You can watch videos on YouTube. You can join my private Facebook group, which is the Art of E-commerce Success. You could watch some of my videos. Heck, I got a book. You could grab, I put it in the comments there. It's jrfisherbook.com, which will get you to the first step. And the first step is, how do you find a profitable product to sell online? That's exactly what that book's about. And it will tell you all the steps you need to go through to actually find a product to sell online. At this point in my career, I guess if you want to call it that, we've sold physical products, we've sold digital products. I do coaching, so there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of things are integrated. But the cool thing is now is we dynamically have all of that kind of interwoven. So like if somebody were to buy my book, you go up there and grab jrfisherbook.com, it's going to know that you're interested in selling products online, and since it knows that, it's going to start sending you information and training about that particular subject. In addition to that, it's going to send you offers. Maybe you want some more training. Maybe you want to join one of my, courses on selling stuff online and how to market. Or maybe you want to learn how to do Facebook ads. So it's going to intuitively and dynamically just mean that based on what you do, it's going to change what it sends you and what you see. So it's really important that you go through the right steps. The first thing that you got to do, obviously, is have something to sell. If you don't have anything to sell, you got to get something, and that's what my book tells you to do at jrfisher.com. It shows you how to get something to sell. And then the next thing you have to do is set up all of these automations. You need to set up these emails that are going to go out to people, because the truth is, a lot of these people who see an ad for something that you run, and that's another thing, an ad's a whole other story, but a lot of these people that see ads for stuff that you're going to run, they don't know what to do, and they're not sure if they're going to buy it, and they probably won't buy it the first time they go to your page. So the important thing is that you do some follow-up with these people, and the follow-up should all be automated. It should send them an email and says, hey, you were just at my page, and since you were just at my page and you didn't grab this, why don't you go ahead and grab this? And do me a favor, somebody who's online there, if you would just type in jrfisherbook.com, I would really appreciate it. And that I can't do much typing. I can't do much typing when I'm not online, but when I am online, I really can't, when I'm filming these things. So if you would do that, I would really appreciate it. But you're going to need to set up all these sequences so that, because most people won't buy the first time around. Let's face it, they just don't. They will come to you and they will be interested in your product. Jessica's got a question there, which is a good question. It's how do you automate your follow-up? And there's so many softwares that'll do that now. As a matter of fact, I've used, I started off with Constant Contact, then I used Aweber, then I used Infusionsoft, but I've got the Mac Daddy right now, man, I'm telling you. I've got one called Kartra. And the cool thing about Kartra is that it does everything for you. And if you're interested in that, just put in there you're interested in the comments. And what I'll do is later on I'll post a little link there so you guys can get it for like $1, something like that. You can try it out for $1. That's pretty cheap. So, you've got to set up all these automations. And this is the thing that messes people up because they think, well, I just want to go the easiest route. Maybe I'll just put some stuff on eBay. Maybe I'll just put some stuff on Amazon. But man, I'm telling you, and I started off on eBay. Don't get me wrong. And I have stuff on Amazon right now. But that is not where the majority of my income comes from because both of those marketplaces at this point are just so price competitive. And you're going to do so much work for a very, very little amount of money. And I don't like that. I'd rather have a little bit of work and a whole lot of money. That seems like the way to go. So, you're really going to need to learn how to do some Facebook ads. You're going to need to learn how to drive traffic to your offers. But more importantly, you're going to need to know how to follow up with these people and send them additional offers and additional content. It used to be in 2009 when I got into it, you could do a website, pay somebody to do a website for you because I couldn't do a website. I can now, right? But you could pay somebody to do a website. You could do a little SEO, which was search engine optimization. Some people would come to your site. Maybe you want to run a couple ads through Google AdWords and you would make money. And it was really quite simple to do it back then. It's not that simple now. It's a little bit more complicated now. There's a whole lot more pieces that go together. However, there's a lot more tools now that will help you do these things. So, back then, the tools that I have now didn't even exist. Oh my God, if they did, I would have crushed it. Would have done really well then. But then again, you can't have technology before technology is developed. So, that used to be the easiest stuff. Now, I will tell you, and if this is you, I want to tell you a little story about me. If this is you, don't worry. I was horrible at tech stuff. I mean, I couldn't send emails. I mean, that was a big thing. I didn't know about the reply button. I didn't know about the forward button. If you don't know these things, and when I found it, I thought, oh wow, I don't have to copy and paste emails anymore. I don't have to put the email in there. I can just reply to them, or I can just forward it. And I share that story with you, to let you know how technologically stunted I was back then. So it's really not a matter of where you're starting from. It's a matter of what you're learning and what direction you're heading in. So the number one thing and takeaway from this is that most people don't get started because they don't know where to start. They don't know what the first step is, And I think if you tell people what the first step is and the second step and the third step, and they can see that sequence of steps, then of course they can achieve some things and get going and make some money. And as soon as you make a little bit of money, I remember my first sale was around $10, and I was super excited. I was like, oh my God, I was a single dad at the time, and I came out of my bedroom and my kids were in there, and I ran in there and I said, oh my God, I said, I sold something online. They were like, that's great. I said, yeah, I know, it's super. And they were like, how much was it? I said, $10. And they both looked at each other like, Dad, $10, that's not going to go far. I said, well, that's not pure profit. That was the gross sale. Okay, so I still got to take out the cost of my product. But here's what I figured out from that. If I could sell $10 to one person, I could multiply that. Maybe I could sell it to 10 people. Maybe I could sell it to 50. Maybe I could sell it to 100 or 1,000 or 100,000. And you know what? We did. We did millions in sales and still do. And I teach that stuff, and I have courses on this stuff. And the simplest way to get started, let's face it, is to find a product to get started. You got to get a product first. That's step number one. You got to get a product. And you can do that. My shameless plug right here. Go to www.jrfisherbook.com. Somebody's put it in the comments. Everybody, now you may be watching this video live, or you may be watching it after the fact. So if you're watching it after the fact, what I'd really like for you to do is put some comments in there, because here's what I do. I come back and I look at your comments and I read what you put. Hey, Johan, good to see you here. I read what you put, and then I'll reply to some of those comments, okay? So, don't think that, well, I didn't get to watch it live, so he's not going to answer what I've got to say. I will answer what you've got to say. I really will. And like I said, guys, whoever's watching now, if you would, everybody who's watching right now, a little group of people, if you would type in the comments, www.jrfisherbook.com, I would really, really appreciate it. If you do that, more people will see it. Google gives it, not Google, excuse me, Facebook gives it a little bit more attention, and they distribute the video a little bit more, and I really appreciate it if you do something like that. Also, remember, if you come up with a question later on, let's say, hey, buddy, he's saying hello there, Johan. If you come up with some questions later on, you have some problems, go back to one of my videos. Just type in, because I see them. I get these notifications. If you type in that question, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to answer your question. And, I try to get to every single one of them. I don't do 100%, but I do pretty good. Additionally, if I'm doing one of these videos and you say, well, gosh, I would like a video on how to do a Facebook audience, or I want a video on how to put a page post up, or I want a video on how to SEO a product, put that in there. Not only will I reply to you, I'll probably do a video on it. Why not? I do a lot of these videos. And the whole goal is to help you guys. And, it's selfish. Let me tell you why it's selfish. Because if I help you and you get results from what I'm doing to help you, you're probably going to buy some of my stuff. Okay, that's normally how it works, because you say, well, his free stuff made me some money. His free stuff taught me how to do something. I might as well try the paid stuff too. So super, super important, guys, that you put your comments in there. I'll answer you. I'll give you the information you need. And it's really, like I said in the beginning, it's a matter of following a few steps. If you can follow a few steps, you can do well. And here's the big problem most people have. They don't have the steps. They don't know what to do. They don't know that I've got to go ahead and set up my emails first, and I've got to have my autoresponder set up first, and I've got to have my sales sequences set up first before I run an ad to a product page. They do it all backwards. They run ads to the product page, and they don't have all these other things set up, so nothing's automated, and they end up losing money on the ad, and they say Facebook ads don't work. Now, we know they do work. We know they work because we've been doing them for a long, long time. I have ads running right now. I have one ad that's running right now for almost a year. The same ad's been running for almost a year. And that's pretty good because, they change up a lot. So yeah, if you want to learn more of this, you can join my group also. It's The Art of E-Commerce Success. Grab the book, spend $5.60, and I don't care about your $5.60. I just know that if you get that book, you're going to be able to find some products. And if you get some products, then I can teach you some other stuff, like how to get people to come to your products and buy your products, and you'll get results. And if you get results, guess what you're going to do? You'll probably buy more stuff from me, right? Selfish, right? Not really, because you end up making money. Johan says he needs help with Facebook ads. Yes. You know what I think? I think I'll do, Johan, I will do some more on Facebook ads. That's a big thing, man. I mean, it's like, if you think about it, if you can do an ad and you can get people to come to your product and they buy your product, that's 90% of it, man. I mean, it really, really is. I was in a Facebook group this morning and I was answering a few things for some people on Facebook ads, and I could tell the level of knowledge was not there. They didn't have a clue what I was talking about, and I went back and forth, and we have paragraphs of stuff, but it helped them out, and a couple of them can use it and get results, and that's a cool thing. So yeah, I'll do some more stuff on Facebook ads. Don't mind doing that at all. But today, I've got a little bit of plans. We're going to leave and go get us a little dinner here soon, get a little steakhouse, get a little steak action. So that'll be nice. And I just want to jump in here real quick and share that with you guys. I'm just sitting in the office doing a little stuff today. I got a couple webinars I have to do next week for a couple of affiliates. And guess what that's on? Facebook Ads University. That's my newest course out there. If you're interested in that course, by the way, type in the comments that you're interested in that course. It's called Facebook Ads University, and it is a step-by-step course that walks you through doing Facebook ads. It also provides you with 4 different pieces of software that automates things like finding audiences, finding, I can't think of it, social post, finding pages of your competitors. I mean, it's really an awesome course. It took me almost a year to put it together, and it'll give you a lot. Okay. Yeah, Johan's saying something about a comprehensive guide. Yes, you're right. That's basically what this is. Facebook Ads University. So guys, I'm going to jump out of here. I really appreciate you listening. Do me a favor, just do me one favor. Like this video and also share it. Share it to your timeline, okay? Or share it to a page you have. If you do that, more people will be exposed to it and more people get results and you're going to be helping them out and they'll appreciate it. They'll say, hey, thanks Bob, Tom, whoever you are, for sharing this because now I get this information. So, we all benefit. You're going to benefit, I'm going to benefit, and whoever you share it with is going to benefit. But if you don't do that, nobody benefits. And if guys, type in there one more time if you would, jrfisherbook.com, jrfisherbook.com. I can't type worth of crap anyhow, but especially when I'm doing this. But if everybody would just type in there jrfisherbook.com, I would really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate you listening today. And like I said, feel free to comment after this video is over with because I will come back and I'll answer all your questions in there and get back with you. You guys have an awesome day, and I am off very soon to go eat my steak. As soon as I find out from my wife when she'll be ready, okay? So my stomach's waiting for her if she's out there listening on. I think she is. Let's go. Let's go eat. See you guys later.